Dude, welcome back to the Dudes and Sports Podcast. I'm your host, PC, and we have another great show for you today. Pete, for main man for Way Out West, has obviously heard this intro about a dozen times now. It's not changing, so that's just how it is. But hey, somebody's actually here on time. I know he took his time away from saving the planet and
Mm.
making sure the penguins are good
Got
in
up early.
Antarctica. He's just here to grace us with his presence the entire podcast, which is a rarity at points, but it's great to see the actual man, the myth, the legend. Howard, sir, how are we doing? Let's start off with you. Has life been since you haven't been back?
Yes, it has been a long couple of weeks, and for sure, just really going through, just a lot of, everyday living as an adult. And with a mix of that also comes just a lot of good talk around here with what's going on in terms of the NBA season starting, NFL going. Like, a lot of stuff's going good right now, I think, in terms of like the real world, I think, in terms of getting out and being active and trying to go through everything in terms of just living everyday life and finding sports in the end. NFL games are fun. And we got the World Series going on too, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. It's good to see Howard back to have the whole discussion. I know he's really excited to talk about college football. We kind of talked a little bit off pod, but hey, we always love the man from Way Out West, always hanging out. Appreciate it coming out. How was this week? How has the
Oh my
West been?
goodness. Oh my goodness, guys. We are now holders of the second overall pick in the NFL draft. Just shout out
Got
Nick
bumped
Howard.
out.
He just has his finger on the pulse of humanity. But I digress. We'll talk about the Jets in a little bit. But the Jets won. Aaron Glenn got his first win as a member of the Jets. Oh my gosh, Christian Watson caught that. That's so crazy. Um, but we still got football going on. We're kind of in the swing of things. Dan Campbell started out 0-8-1. I think he played like 11. He had like 11 weeks without a win to start his career off in Detroit. And hey, you know what? Mike McCoy started out 0-1. So who knows? Maybe these are the
Maybe
guys who
this
are going
is
to
the
come and
turning.
save a
Here's the
franchise.
here's the here's the turning point that you've been waiting for. That we've been waiting since
You,
week
you
one.
don't always just start out
That's
hot.
like polar opposites for sure of where it can go for comebacks in a first year head coach.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, McCoy
Jets
was a little
make
funny.
history.
Um, but yeah, I think I'm confident in Aaron Glenn, and I don't know all the stuff I've said on this podcast. I mean, I spend about an hour and a half talking about the Jets every week, so who knows the stuff that's come out of my mouth. I do know I talked bad about Justin Fields. He had a good game today. It was a team win. Brees Hall got going on the ground, and it kind of goes to show how important the running game is for a quarterback perspective. I mean, Justin Fields, when there's no running game, absolutely stinks. When there is a running game, oh my gosh, it's like, oh, why did the Bears cut this guy? Why did the Steelers get rid of him? And he goes, oh, because if you don't have 250 yards on the ground and the
It's a
play
lot of yards
action's
on the
not an
ground.
option, and they just sit back and pass defense, that's when he struggles. But hey, I mean, you can name me how many quarterbacks can do that, right? You know the game's on the line, and that's why those are the teams who have those guys that do good. But I am excited for the Jets. We'll talk about college football and who's going to be quarterback in the Jets next year. I know K Stelt just wants it to be Paiva so bad.
It would be
There's
Ty
no way,
Simpson, bro,
man.
from
I
Alabama.
know.
There's no
See,
way. There's no way
Simpson,
in hell.
if the Jets don't get the
I
first
literally
overall
think
pick,
that's who you're picking.
and I know it's gonna be Simpson. God
Mendoza's gonna
dang
be
it!
really good. Pavia's gonna be really good. You're gonna get Simpson. He's gonna be just another.
No, I know. I think I kind of like the idea of Mendoza. I even like the idea of moving up from Mendoza. But other than that, we've got high school football team once again. Final road game. We didn't score a point on the road this year, which it's crazy to say out
Sucks.
loud. But yeah. I mean, it's bad. Obviously, we're learning a lot as a team and all that kind of stuff. But oh my gosh, I mean, other teams are getting better too, right? And that's the great thing about sport is that you got one group going against another group, and they're both going to try their best to get the better of the competition, right? It's not necessarily cutthroat or eye poke, or we'll talk about that. I know Nick
Yeah.
Howard had a bunch to say this morning. Oh my gosh, chatty Cathy, but yeah. we'll see what happens. UFC's the UFC, man. Yeah.
Bad potential.
We should just go back to gladiator sport where it goes till the end. Like, right? No, I poke. You kidding
With
me?
the big
Yeah.
jousting sticks. Yeah,
Not
that was
yeah,
real
maybe
fight.
like at like the 15-minute mark, they throw a random object in the ring to like get it going. Because like
Just-
right, the original
They
UFC,
get a
like those
table
Pride
from
days.
underneath the ring.
Yeah.
See, just have Vince McMahon
Like
run
surprise
it.
contender run down. That's what they need. Like a Royal Rumble. Could you imagine a UFC
Uh-oh.
Royal Rumble? Defeat the guy and another one comes to run him
Dude,
down.
Oh man,
yeah,
this podcast is gonna be. A disaster
someone would
already.
die. Yeah, I mean we're already as 6 minutes in. Oh, is there anything else I want to start this off with? I don't know, man. Brees Hall, dude. It's pretty
Played
good. If he and there's a lot of rumors and all that kind of stuff. He could be Jonathan Taylor MVP candidate on the right situation on the right team. Like Brees is that good, dude. And there's a lot of running backs, right? I mean, fucking Ollie Gordon was in Achane spot. Like, how much different would the fantasy points be, really? But Brees is insane. I mean, the motherfucker threw a touchdown today. I mean, he did it all, and pretty fun. Oh, there's your Josh Jacobs touchdown,
Yeah, I
PC.
know, right?
So going for two. So yeah, awesome stuff, and let's get this rolling, I guess.
Yeah, well, we got already talked a little bit about the Jets here, but I guess we could just go right down into our lineup of our kind of, I felt like relatively kind of boring week of football. I mean, there were still some good games, but a lot of
Oh my
blowouts.
God, the Jets won.
I know that's like the best part. But the blowout, the first one, was the
Allegedly.
Chargers winning 37-10. Good win for Justin Herbert. Lad McConkey really got going there. They just played okay. Like the Vikings obviously are struggling with no quarterback. I mean, Carson Wentz got destroyed. So that team's really hurt, and they need McCarthy to get back and get healthy.
Hey, Syracuse represent. Let's talk about him. I don't think we talked about him last week.
Well played.
Oren Gadsden the second.
Oh yeah, on the Chargers.
Oh my gosh, this kid's killing it.
Yeah,
You
he is.
fifth
Making
round
some
pick.
explosive plays.
He's very
Oh
good.
my, and he's big. I mean, he's not a very inline blocker or whatever, but I mean, he's the big slot tight end that Waller.
He has a position for sure.
Kelsey-
I
oh
mean,
my gosh, and Herbert's throwing him the ball too. I mean, how many times are the tight ends open and they don't get the ball thrown to him? Herbert's slinging it to him. So congrats to him. His pops was a good football player. If you guys want to look up like some crazy highlights when it was standard def, and you're like, what are these people even still alive who played in this game? His dad had some cool highlights playing for the Dolphins back in the day. But Syracuse represent.
Yeah, for sure. So good win for the Chargers there. They really needed it for the AFC West as it's starting to really heat up, actually, in the AFC West with the top three teams of the Chiefs, the Broncos, who we'll get to, and then, of course, the LA Chargers. So good win for them. They really needed that to just stay kind of in that mix. I know they beat the Chiefs already, so that's a huge win, actually, that might be in the divisional standings. But there was a lot of start off on Sunday, kind of like with a really interesting teams coming out with victories this week. The big one, obviously, I think, is the Falcons, or not the Falcons losing 34-10 to the Dolphins. I mean, I know Achane had a great game. Ollie Gordon scored a touchdown, but I mean, like Robinson, Bijan did not look as like Bijan as he always does against this defense. And was
This
this,
offense
was this
just-
showing? Is this showing more that the Falcons are like really not as good as we think they are, or is this just like a random fluke game where? Because if we kind of keep going back and forth on this football team, like right now they're 3-4, they're not a good football team. They've got good.
they got the
players.
talent. They got the talent. That's the thing. Is like the players are there. I think
Yeah,
the
I don't
offense
know.
is just really like
What was it, Kirk?
stagnant.
I mean, everyone was like, "Oh, does Penix deserve the starting
They weren't,
spot?"
like,
And now Kirk.
filling up the holes.
Didn't-
There was
yeah.
like it just really wasn't like good blocking either.
Yeah,
Like the
offensive
whole
line got-
yeah, it just really looked like a bad overall like called game, or just like there wasn't a good game plan going into the week.
Yeah,
I don't know.
only
I
9
didn't
carries
like-
for Bijan, and then he
just
only
Yeah.
didn't get going at all. And then they were down so much.
3 targets.
It just completely looked like a Falcons wash from beginning to end. Like,
Yeah, I mean, 14
yeah.
touches on your best player, you're gonna lose that game every
Right,
time.
for sure. They
Oh,
stopped giving
100%.
him the ball,
Mhm.
which doesn't make any sense. But I mean, I guess the Dolphins go 2-6 now. Their season, I feel like I could comfortably say, is probably over. I don't think they're going to get enough wins to probably make the playoffs, especially in that really competitive AFC East with the Bills and the Patriots doing.
Zach Wilson 1-for-1 on the game.
Yeah, what a great. We need to see that Zach Wilson dub for sure. We'll talk about the Jets last here. Then we've got the next one. Speaking of the NFC East, the Patriots beat up on the Browns. The Browns are kind of in that same situation as the Dolphins. They're not very good. Dylan Gabriel didn't play very good. Is it time to give Shedeur Sanders a chance?
Why not?
Would he even want one?
What do they have to lose?
I mean, they're 2-6, but well, I don't know why. I mean, just to prove that you.
Dylan Gabriel is like
There was
he's
Tyler
struggling.
Show in the game.
He's
today.
struggling
Yeah.
out there.
Dylan Gabriel had two. He did have 2 touchdowns, but he had 2 interceptions, 156 yard QBR rating of in the 60s. So that's struggling.
I think in the Senior Bowl or something, he had like a terrible performance where he was using his entire body to throw
Malachi
the ball.
Corley,
It's just
Rusher.
like, yeah, it didn't look like a good Browns team at all, which is not crazy to say. But the defense looks kind of decent, but when the Titans face them, like, I think it's gonna be 2 just terrible offenses going at each other. In that sense.
I was gonna sneeze there. Okay, yeah, for sure. The Browns just aren't any good. Judkins got hurt. He'll probably be out another week. So nothing really going for the Browns there. The Patriots look good again. They're 6-2, leading the NFC East with that win over the Bills, obviously. So they're 6-2. So they're playing pretty good football there. Drake May looks really good. Looks like the Patriots actually might finally kind of be back a little bit. Drake May has looked really, really good. The Giants lose to the Eagles 38-20. Scatterboo, seeing him go down sucks. That's a season-ending injury for sure. The Giants would have had.
You can tell
Neighbors.
it impact the team.
Yeah. Scatterboo going down. I mean, Neighbors earlier in the year. I mean, Giants can't take a break. Hopefully, Dart continues to play really well. So you see that young quarterback, and hopefully these guys. It just sucks that those injuries really killed any chance that the Giants have of winning any more football games. Philly still looks good. The whole drama with AJ Brown. Who knows what's really going on there? I think it's crazy that they're complaining this much that they're 6-2. I think if you're one of your guys' fans, I think you'd be very happy with 6-2, but also get there's high expectations. So, but the Eagles continue to roll. They're 6-2, leading the NFC East. The Bills put a spanking on the Panthers, reminding us that the Panthers are still the Panthers after they won 3 in a row. But the Bills look really good. They look the part. They're gonna play the Chiefs here next week. I believe it's next week. Is it next week or in 2 weeks? It's next week. They play them next week. So their offense is rolling, going Kansas City, coming to Buffalo, which will be a really exciting game. But
Bryce Young also didn't play in that Panthers game,
right,
by the way.
exactly. That's a huge thing for the Panthers too. So yeah, just a beat down of the Panthers. There's 2 more. The Bears lost to the Ravens 30-16. The Bears were kind of winning there. They were 4-2. People are not really saying the Bears are back, but they're good.
The Ravens
They don't have Lamar
won,
Jackson.
like that's
They didn't have Lamar Jackson either.
and
So,
won. Like that's
once they get
crazy
Lamar
to
back,
me.
bro,
Like with
they're
Tyler
gonna-
Huntley.
against the
Yeah,
Bears.
I mean, I
They
think
didn't
they're
beat
not
'em. They
bad.
beat,
I think they're just not world beaters for sure still. Like they can have a comeback, but we do know who John Harbaugh is, I think, at this point, and his potential at least. Like they're not bad, but they do the same stuff over and over, and it's gonna fail in the playoffs. But it's a good win for him for sure without Lamar.
Speaking of good wins that really needed one, the Texans beat the 49ers 26-15.
First win against a team without with more than one win.
Yeah, it's crazy. Texans have looked really bad. This is a really great win. They're 3-4 now. The AFC South's kind of open. Who else is in there? That's the I can't remember who's in the AFC South. I'm blanking.
What did you say? Sorry, over the Jags.
The Jags. I'm not putting.
Well, Colts. Colts
So,
are on
Colts are
top.
number one.
Yes,
Yeah,
my
so
fault.
they-
Yeah.
Texans got the win over the Niners.
yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
So that looks good for them being 3-4. But the 49ers have so many injuries too. I mean, Fred Warner being gone in the middle of that defense is pretty backbreaking. But they have a chance to come back. I mean, who knows? That's also kind of when the LA Rams look really good. Seattle looks really good out there in the NFC West. So that's another team that might be just kind of looking for a playoff spot, but might just fall short due to injuries. The Bucks beat the brakes off the Saints, 23-3. Baker didn't look great in this game. He looked okay, but I mean they were playing the Saints. But like he should have had some more opportunities. He didn't play very. He played okay, but not like crazy. They kicked a bunch of field goals. Baker had no touchdowns on the day and only 152 yards. So like that's not. You need Baker to do more against the Saints, especially. It's like come on, man. But they get the win. They're still.
Tyler Show had a touchdown, or no, he had an interception actually, and 128 passing yards of the day in the game too.
Yeah, crazy. Dual threat for sure. So the last one we'll talk about for these noon games is going to be the main man from Way Out West team, the JETS Jets win 39-38 in probably the best noon game there was. The rest of these were kind of not interesting, but watching the Jets play and secure the win was great. Like P4 said earlier, the Breece Hall looked great as well today. Their offense was clicking and rolling there, especially towards the end of the game. P4, what was your thoughts? I know you already talked about the Jets a little bit, but what was your overall thoughts of the game, and how do you move forward from this?
Well, we got a bye coming up next week, so that's two no losing weeks in a row, which is good for the team. There's only really good stuff to talk about. Now there is stuff to work on. We did give up 38 points. No sacks given up by the offensive line, so that's good. Will McDonald had the only sack for the Jets. That was a good one. Passing yards. I mean, Fields did good, 21 to 32. 32 is kind of a lot, but they did have a bunch of short screen passes for him. So it was good stuff. The defense is struggling tackling, which is kind of an issue, but they're playing with a lot of effort. Aaron Glenn, this is kind of the thing that you've said for the last couple of Jets coaches, that they're defensive-minded, big effort guys, rah, and all this stuff. But I do think that this could work. I'm excited to see. Yeah, exactly, right? Got the bye. Then we play the Browns. Then we go to the Pats, go to the Ravens. Lamar will be back by then. At the Falcons. Versus the Dolphins, maybe. At the Jaguars, I don't know. At the Saints, maybe. So we're looking at at most probably like a 5-win team or something. But I don't know if I want to win that many games. What does that really do for us? So we'll
needs a
see.
shakeup. Woody doesn't need. Okay, we're not bad right now. I'll stick with what's going on with Aaron Glenn.
Yeah, and I think
there needs
that
to be
Woody
still
knows.
maybe not a head coach shakeup, but a little staff roster kind of.
I think you just stick with it. Why? You're 0-7.
Okay,
and
fine. We'll see. We'll see where the rest of the season goes if that's how you want to play it.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
kinda
there's no
think-
reason. Just stay the course.
I just hate
this.
this
Is the
Jets
team
being
that,
Jets, and it's just going down and down and down. I understand
is
feel
it that far down? It's about the same of how it's always been. So right, as soon as Saleh started to turn the corner,
a Titans
they
fan
fired
would
Saleh.
think you're a witch for saying this. Continue.
Well, right. I mean, right. This is just how it's been.
Sure. I
So,
mean, you guys have had the longest drought too, and I'm not trying to trigger you. I'm trying to just.
No, exactly. So what? Just keep on firing coaches until they go on a 3-game winning streak.
Fair enough.
As soon as you lose your first game,
Amy Adams approach.
Yeah. So
Get new
as soon
GM, new
as,
head coach. You know what I mean?
as Saleh was starting to turn the corner last year,
Yeah.
they were 2-3, which was a rough start. But they were 2-3, the fucking Jets 2-3. Hey, you're still in this, and it's week 6, going into week 6, and they fired him. And then Old Brick wasn't really able to get control of the team and blah, 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 blah. And then we kind of stunk and all that. You got to give Aaron a chance. Give Aaron 6 years. What do we have to lose? Fire him, and then what? Some guy comes in and he starts losing, and then we go, oh, imagine what we had with Aaron. You got to give a guy a chance. And Woody, all this stuff, just give him the chance. Let him coach for 10 years. We suck anyway. The Aaron Glenn, I'm willing to put all my eggs in the Aaron Glenn basket. What do you got to lose? It's kind of like the Pete Alonso thing, where I get it, right? He's not the best, and it hasn't. And Pete's shown more than Aaron Glenn. But you just, what are you going to replace him with? Who is out there? Who is this great magical head coach that you're just going to hire and he's going to take over and be good?
I
That's
feel
what
the
we
same
thought
way
with
about
Glenn.
Callahan. Like, he was so bad we just had to fire him,
Yeah,
honestly. But
over
at the same
years.
time, like, it was kind of a thing at the very beginning of the season when we had that first loss. It's like, okay, where do we go from here? Who wants to be in this situation of, look at this new GM, look at this new head coach, look at this new GM, look at this new head coach? Like, the stability
And it's
stuff.
the owner, exactly, right? Like it's
Yes.
Woody. Like if you're asking me to fire the owner, absolutely fire Woody. tomorrow.
100%.
But
100%.
but
We
Woody
can't get rid of Strunk unless you want to sell
Yeah.
the team. And it's like, we're run by this Brinker operation. You got Woody having the whole control basically on your side. Like, it's
What are you gonna
ownership
do?
is huge
Oh,
with
it's
NFL
100%
teams
of it.
for
It's
sure.
100% of the thing. If,
Like,
if
compared
he's not
to
in it,
Chiefs, like, it's a little shaky with the Chiefs, but they got Mahomes and they at least knew what to use around him and what sticks and what works. Like Spagnolo. Like,
Yeah,
they
all
keep
the
their
owners are
staff for the
crazy.
most part. For the like the staff stays for so long in that team, and that's what I respect about the Chiefs is there's no shakeup. So I do agree with your. Now we're kind of going around. I
Yeah.
do kind of agree and see your take. In
yeah,
terms
you
of
got to give him the chance.
what-
Right?
yeah.
Every
Let's
time
see
a
what
coach
works.
loses for the Jets, we're gonna fire him. Like,
give him
okay,
his
then we're-
QB.
Yeah,
Give him his
just
QB.
go with exactly right. And you can't if you give him the quarterback, let him ride out that contract.
Yeah.
Right? If you
That's-
don't
that's
give it,
fair.
if that quarterback doesn't get the 5th-year option, then maybe that's that coach's last
That's
year.
exactly how I felt before Cam came with Callahan. Like, he didn't have a quarterback. He had Levis.
And I think our
which, like,
timeline is
yeah.
kind of because right, that's the tough
is,
thing with
yeah.
with the Titans right now. Like our timeline's just about right now. If we go and we get them like a year, we just signed Hall or not Hall, but the other two, Sauce and Garrett, to 6-year extension. Like we've got a pretty good now. Quinnen, he's kind of on the outside. Maybe he's getting a little bit older. I could see him being like when we had Big Cat Leonard Williams, we traded him to get some stuff and then kind of rebuild. So like there are some guys that can leave. There's some guys who you think are the core. There's a bunch of like little things, and I think that we're just kind of in that right little
Yeah.
crevice right there that we're cool. And hey, it doesn't mean that we're gonna win it all, but the Lions turned it around like crazy, and that
Right.
was the
Yep.
same coaching staff
Yep.
that turned it around, right? Very rarely, and I don't know if it's ever really happened. And there's been rookie head coaches that have made a Super Bowl or rookie head coaches that have done well, but those were rookie head coaches that were almost like interim,
Right.
taken
They
over
are
for
taking
like a
over somebody
very
else's-
good,
Yeah.
right? You've got and that would have been awesome if the Jets would have done that with Parcells and Belichick, but that's not how it planned out. And so yeah, I mean, just let it work itself out. I mean, come on, they suck anyway. What do we have to lose? We've already lost it all. So, and then another quick one, Nick Mangold, and I had the honor and pleasure of meeting Nick Mangold one time for a quick little photo op when I went to a Jet game, and he was very nice, and he was a big griller, barbecue guy. He liver failure a couple weeks ago, and unfortunately passed away this morning. And he's got a wife and 4 kids, so all the best to them. But the Jets went out, got a win today. We'll see Olu Fashanu, last year's first-round pick. He wears number 74 currently, and Nick Mangold's already in the Hall of Fame, Jets Hall of Fame, but they haven't retired his number. I don't know. Maybe that's something that comes out like this week. But Nick Mangold was a part of those teams drafted in 2006 by the Jets. Was a part of the 06 playoff team, and then the 2009 and 2010 teams with that offensive line. Damian Woody, if you're ever watching ESPN and you go, who the fuck is Damian Woody? Why is he on my TV screen? He was like the left guard for Mark Sanchez when they were good, and Rex Ryan liked him, and they were on Hard Knocks that year. So he kind of got a following, and now he's famous or whatever. But Damian Woody was on that team. DeBrickashaw Ferguson, one of the best underappreciated offensive line kind of groups. I think in at least my history in my lifetime, because that was a fun team. And if you know an offensive lineman's name, that means he's pretty fucking good, right? Or really bad. But Nick Mangold
reason
was
or wrong
one of the
reasons.
goats. Yeah, exactly. But Nick Mangold was super awesome dude, Ohio State guy, and all that kind of good stuff. So rest in peace to him, and glad the Jets got a win for him. And maybe that was it. Maybe you just because I mean this has kind of been my take, and Joe Namath is I think the greatest living like if you were to be me, like that's like the guy, right? If he like sold his soul, like is he gonna live to be 175 and the Jets never win again? Like does he like the year he dies, the Jets win the Super Bowl? Like it's crazy, and I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious. So I don't know. The only time something good happens is right after something horrible happens. Like a guy dies, win a football game. Like it's not a recipe for success.
Yeah.
So who knows? But congratulations to the Jets. I'm super excited. I'm glad Aaron Glenn got a win because now he gets the monkeys off his back for at least the next 2 weeks, right? Because he got the bye week. And the Giants lost, and they lost Scatabo. So all the New York media is off of the Jets. Give him a couple days. Justin Fields had some stuff post game where he's like, I was sitting in my closet crying because people are mad at me and all this stuff. And you're like, okay, well, that's kind of weird too. So I don't know if I love that out of my quarterback. But now we get to talk about Cam Ward. So go Jets.
Yeah.
Jets. Jets.
Yep. So we'll move on to the afternoon slate. I did already preview the Buccaneers. Like I said, Baker didn't play very well. That was a noon game. The Broncos beat the living shit out of the Cowboys, 44-24. Bo looked really good. That defense is incredible, especially slowing down Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. Those guys have really been balling, especially Pickens. Didn't really have that great. He hit an okay game, but Broncos putting up 44 with that defense. That's gonna be a really tough team to beat. They're 6-2. They're at the top. And then the last game of that afternoon slate is the Titans losing 38-14. Titans 1-7. Cam Ward rookie season not going as well as you hoped, but he's shown flashes. Howard, what is your thoughts on the Titans and everything like that?
Yeah, Cam Ward, I think honestly, it's weird because this team is not good, but in a weird way, I feel confident that our quarterback isn't a problem. And I haven't felt that way, I think, in at least 5 years, at least. Like, I think Cam Ward has a lot of rookie mistakes. Like, he does a lot of stuff that definitely, like, he needs some reading the field kind of work. He's raw still, for sure. I don't think he would have gotten drafted, like, high.
Yeah, I mean, you guys could use a new number one at every position.
For sure. Oh, yeah.
Kind of find something. But, yeah, I mean, it's almost like watching my high school team where it's like it's a blessing we didn't fumble on every single play. Like, the fact that it was just an incompletion. Was and
it's like, Spears made a good play. Like, we had like little things like Jameer DK. I think our rookies look great, honestly.
I think that's the only guys you have on your team now. You guys probably have one of the youngest rosters in the league, right? I know the Packers have been that for the last couple of years, but those guys have to be getting
we have. It's not one of the youngest, I think, but I think it's definitely like 20, maybe. It's like pretty decent, at least, but or like a little out of the top 10 youngest. But anyways, like, I think our receiving core is not bad. We have Mike McCoy, who I'll read something that happened today that I saved. Give me just a second. Yes, Tennessee decided to punt to Indianapolis from the Indianapolis 42 on the 4th and 3. On 4th and 3 with 11:30 remaining in the third quarter, losing 17-7. With a surrender index of 27.01, this punt ranks as the 99.6th percentile of cowardly punts of the 2025 season, and the 97th percentile of all punts since 1999. So Mike McCoy, basically in this third quarter, it was 17-7. It was a 10-point game. I looked up at halftime. I was like, we're only down by 10. Hell yeah. It's not bad. It's like the same thing with Callahan. I mean, it's just like we just give up. We don't know what we're doing. And the guy had a head coach and had a 9-6 season. And like this, the staff is just so messed up. And Cam Ward, look up online, Cam Ward even yelled at him today to go for it. He was like, what are you doing on this specific punt? And it's just
that's what you want out of your quarterback. I mean,
100%. I do like him. I love Cam Ward a lot. I just hate the situation he's in right now, and it's like kind of driving me crazy.
A couple weeks ago, you know, at like the end of halftime where we didn't do the Hail Mary because the offense was so bad. Now that was in the first half, right? In the first half, football is a game of two halves. They got quarters too, but it's really a game of two halves. So being in the third quarter is pretty crazy, but yeah, I mean, if you don't got anything going, like as a coach of a team who's maybe underperformed in certain things, sometimes you're like, oh my goodness, our punts our best play. Like make these guys drive 80 yards instead of like the 40 yards when we get all these heavy turnovers and all that stuff. Uh, yeah, I mean McCoy isn't there, so I mean, I don't even think he has any chance of being the coach next year. So the entire team, and it sucks that it's this early in the season and the whole team's in neutral. And Cam's trying to pull them together. I think he's going to be he's a great number one overall pick. He's
There
gonna
are
be
a ton of official reports also that say they are not trading Jeff Simmons or any big time players like Amani Hooker. So
Arden Key.
I guess they're keeping, yeah, Harden Key, one of the important players that you never hear about. I think he's hurt right now. I don't even know. I don't even care. It wouldn't matter. But yeah, I think Titans I talk a lot of this. I do see some hope for the future, and we do have right now 123 million in cap space going into next offseason. And if we get Calvin Ridley and Snead off the book this offseason, we can free up to 8 million more. So we can actually free up like up to close to 140 million in cap space. So we got a lot to wiggle room. I hope we get good free agents, good draft.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
sucks to talk about this right now, but like that's the only way. And the Colts right now, congrats, 7-1. They're the best
Yeah.
in the NFL right
Yes.
now, and yeah, it's pretty wild to see that. But I don't know. I would really like to see. I hope they're not a team that just right now. This is like a recipe in my eyes of a first round just slapping. I think the defense is a little shaky. It's pops obviously, and we just stink. But it definitely had some holes today to where we got 2 touchdowns, and in a lot of games we aren't even scoring any touchdowns. So we definitely did a little damage to them. But obviously, this is one of the better teams in the NFL
Offense.
against one of the worst. So yeah,
It's just what it is. But, yeah, Titans.
Jonathan Taylor, 3
in a
touchdowns.
perfect world, top 5, and I know you're both looking at this, right? And I know that's like, oh, Wolf got hit by a meteor. But top 5, who you want in the draft if you're a top 5 pick? What position are you looking
Yeah, are
at?
you guys trading down if you get number one?
Oh, good question. I think so, especially if quarterback is hot.
Yeah,
We
like
do not
I even
need
see a
that,
thing
obviously.
where the Jets and gosh,
Because we can go down to 3 and then get a decent low return, and we still probably get our guy that I
that's
got in my head.
exactly
But I'll
what I'm
let you go
thinking with the
first.
Jets and Woody Johnson. Is like Woody. It's one thing to be Woody Johnson. Could you at least be like at least Jerry Jones kind of owns it. Like he's him. Like go ahead and trade up for the first overall pick. If you're going to be this like bad guy of the NFL, blah blah blah, then go ahead and do it. Like that's kind of why I'm liking this Cohen deal for the Mets. But yeah, trading up to the first overall pick to get our guy instead of waiting at 3 and getting stuck with a Ty Simpson, going up and getting Mendoza. But that's my answer to the question. Is I want the Jets to pick number 1 and get Mendoza, whatever it takes. Um, I
He
think
looks
the Saints
really
are going to wait for Arch. I think the Saints are going
Yeah.
to roll out Rattler or whoever for another year. Maybe they'll draft like a quarterback in the 3rd or 5th round or something.
Or just 1,000,000% not going.
To the Saints,
No.
yeah, that'd be awesome. If he did like the Eli thing where he goes, "I'm not playing for the Chargers.
Yeah.
I don't care where you send me, but it's not the Chargers." Incomplete. But yeah, I want Mendoza for the Jets. Yeah, you just got to go quarterback and let the guy stay. I mean, geez, Louise, we just played against one of our former quarterbacks, Joe Flacco, and I don't know the last time the Jets played like a former quarterback of theirs and if they won that game, but I'm sure that a lot of times quarterbacks who were formerly of the Jets have come back and then beaten the Jets. Sam Darnold's killing it. Zach Wilson's trying to find his way. He did complete a pass today. We talked about that, but yeah, just give a guy a shot and just let him stick there. Let it come on. I don't want to see another guy, a former Jet, right? And I don't mind if it's Justin Fields. I don't think there's anyone on the roster right now that I'm too scared of. But like Flacco, he's just waiting for it. He's like, hey guys, if like right the Colts were trying Philly Riv and Matt Ryan and all those guys. If you would have had Flacco, you could have had a quarterback for the last 5 years. Like Joe Flacco could have been a franchise quarterback a couple times over by now, but instead he's just like finding his way in all these different places. He's not a great quarterback or anything, but especially now. But just stick with a guy. Just stick with a guy. Let him figure it out. I mean, that's how all these teams get good. I mean, hey, as the season goes on, the teams are getting better. So yeah, just figure it out. Stick with the guy and just let him try his thing. And if that thing doesn't work, then it doesn't work. But I think Mendoza's got the right stuff.
Yeah, he seems to have all the tools. India is really good. We'll talk about them up here shortly. How were you picking? We kind of said that seems like every position you need a new number one guy. Where's that next piece to help out with continuing to grow?
Yeah. Well, obviously we have multiple needs, but like I said, with the salary cap, I think we can fill some of that in the free agency. And in terms of like, I still would think we can move down because I don't think this player is going to be like the big Jadeveon Clowney kind of guy that was like back South Carolina hype number one Myles Garrett. But Ruben Bain out of Miami is having a phenomenal season, and we need pass rush like a motherfucker because
Arden
like.
Key?
If you look at the edge, yeah, Arden Key, who's like missing, even though he's on the field, you never hear his name. He's just
I saw a
running
tweet
around.
today that said like the Cowboys are interested in trading for a pass rusher. Names include Max Crosby and like
Yeah,
all
we're
these
shopping-
yeah,
we're
Miles
shopping
Garrett,
Arden
and then it
Key.
said Arden Key. I was like,
Yeah,
it's
we're
like
shopping
four
Arden
names
Key,
and like
apparently.
three of them were like
It is
defensive
ridiculous,
player of
but
the year.
like, and then we got a couple other guys that like we try to. I think we got Braden Swinson that,
Oh!
like, for the LSU that I was wanting, and then he just didn't do anything and just like oh no, bye, cut him. I was like, okay, see ya, I guess.
Weeks?
And then Ali Gay from
Weeks in the third
LSU.
overall pick.
Hey, that would bring some fire in the locker room. We need that. We need something to light under our ass
And Lane Kiffin head coach
for the Tigers.
for the Titans.
For the Titans? No,
For
we're gonna
the
get Joe.
Titans,
We're
yeah.
Joe Brady. Joe Brady
Oh my
Titans,
gosh.
and then Lane
Brady.
Kiffin on the LSU Tigers.
Wow.
Could you imagine that reality? I think I officially would explode. Like that would just be like a paradox in time. LSU, Lane Kiffin, too much. But
Oh.
yeah, more of the story.
One
Pass
game,
rush is huge.
Me
yeah,
when the
big
Jets
pass
signed
rush,
Brandon
good.
Marshall and Matt Forte. Le'Veon Bell. Yeah. Then you
Yeah.
see how they perform.
Good wins, or good picks for the dudes about the draft here. We're talking a little bit college, so might as well move right along to the college football landscape. That
Yeah, you have a game tomorrow. You want to preview your game
yeah,
tomorrow?
you're right. That's true. There's one on Monday. They do play. The Chiefs do play the Commanders. No JD, so I think that they're going to be playing really well against the non.
Mario against the Chiefs.
I know, but I mean, the team is playing very good right now. I have confidence that they're going to win the game. I'm not saying it's a guaranteed bona fide win, and I'm not saying it's going to be easy.
Bill
but
Krosky's going to have like 350 and 7 tuds on the ground.
That would be unbelievable. Against
Flea flicker. Mario keeps it, runs into the end zone.
That's so funny. yeah. No, hopefully not. But college football.
Mahomes is just about due for a leg injury, I think.
The fuck?
That horse tranquilizer's on tap. It doesn't
So
even matter. We're
God,
screwed no matter what.
So college football. Since we want to
Mhm.
make jokes, let's make jokes about the LSU Tigers. How
Just
about
talking
that?
about
They're
screwed no matter
terrible.
what.
God, they're horrible. They end up losing. They
Nice.
get rolled by A&M in a. By the way,
Progress.
Valley's supposed to be like this,
Progress.
like, oh, at night they don't lose it, bro. They got steamrolled by A&M. Brian Kelly gets fired at LSU.
Do you think he
Man, that
forgot what
got
his
fired.
actual voice sounds like? Is he going to be stuck in that Creole Southern accent?
I
forever
don't
now?
know. Dude, I hope Tommy Moffitt, the strength and conditioning coach of A&M now, who was a strength and conditioning coach of LSU when we won the national championship, that got fired when Brian Kelly joined the staff, and
Oh my
A&M has beaten
goodness.
us like they whooped our ass 2 years in a row now. Nussmeier is a fraud. I said he's the most second round looking QB ever. He's not even NFL. He's not NFL. The CFL is calling you. The CFL. Like, dude, you can't throw a football. Your dad is an offensive coordinator. And you just cannot throw the football to the sideline without just like lobbing it. And it's like, oh my God, a pick six. And then you just like drop it. It's like, thank the Lord. Instead, we just don't score touchdowns. And the defense has to break at some point.
And it's like the same story over and over. And Brian Kelly and Joe Sloan were caught yelling at each other, national TV, like side by side camera, because they burned all their timeouts before half and threw the football, and they stayed in bounds, clock running down. Just ridiculous. And it was just like, it was so infuriating because it was like a 1 point lead we had going into half. We could have even scored another touchdown and just turned into an ass whooping. It's time. It's just, and then like PC said, he explained it perfectly. A night game in Death Valley, that used to have like, especially with Ed Orgeron, when we had like LSU, like that
Yeah, he's coming
Bama
back.
game when we went crazy. Like, Death Valley is so huge. It's supposed to be so big and stuff at night, and just to look like absolute bitches. Not only to A&M, but Bama last year too completely smoked us. That's what started triggering me. I was like, okay. Brian Kelly had that one win with Jaden Daniels on the like trick play. That's the only thing I give him a clap for. Otherwise, we did not look like the same LSU at all. We just literally look like some fake ass Tigers like Mizzou. Like, it's ridiculous kind of going out there with that low prestige. And I'm so glad, even though we owe him $54 million for his buyout, it's going to be rough, just like the James Franklin situation. But at this point, it's worth it. It's worth it. I'm sorry. Whoever wants to leave because Brian Kelly got fired, go ahead. It was time for sure.
Yep. So LSU joins the teams trying to look for a new head coach. We already heard that he said Lane Kiffin would be kind of cool. There's a few other names bounce around out there. Brady would be also.
Summerall from Tulane, head
He's
coach,
very
also
good too, yeah.
on the lookout.
He's
I like
always
him.
done his win, so he needs to step up. That'd be a cool little step up. But
Agree.
talk about a little bit of these other kind of disappointing losses, especially from around my area. Mizzou losing to Vandy. Diego looked depart the entire time, but Mizzou, especially with Pavilla going down with that nasty injury, he's done for the year. You're on your third string quarterback. You know, that's not the way, obviously, you hope the season goes. High hopes, high expectations. But when you lose two quarterbacks and you're on your true freshman third string, that's really tough to ask too much of. They're still going to make a bowl. They're still
They got a
better
good
than
running
Kansas.
back,
Yeah,
but
running
at the
back's
same
great.
time,
Like they're
it's
still
gonna be
a great
rough.
team. I know the high expectations there, but that is what it is currently. But Vanderbilt actually looks really, really good. I know they lost to Alabama, but it was at Alabama, right? Big stakes in that one already. So Diego kind of got his first taste of like big stakes football like that. So,
Bama looks good.
yeah,
I mean, they look solid.
They're going to
at
be
least.
between them and A&M for sure. The SEC championship. Those two clashing will be.
That's
interesting
crazy.
To see who will be like definitely getting that first round bye if you win that one. I think for sure, unless there's some crazy blow up in the last like 3 or 4 weeks. Oklahoma loses to Ole Miss in Norman, so that moves Ole Miss's projection up as well. I think Vandy and them, they're a little bit ahead of Vandy, I think, in just talent wise. But Ole Miss getting that big win after losing.
It's impressive
to
the like
Georgia.
switching QBs and just how well it's worked for
Yeah,
Lane
it's-
Kiffin and them this year. And that's why I joke a little bit, but honestly, like Lane Kiffin is a very genius head coach, and like if he seems composed, his team seems composed like all 4 quarters, which I respect too.
Yeah. And then continuing a little bit last of the SEC stuff, Texas does get a win in overtime against Mississippi State. Arch stays alive. They're, still like looking like they're probably on the outside looking in. There's no probably physical way they get.
He also apparently got a concussion in overtime.
Yeah.
I think
So-
that was reported.
Yeah, for sure. So that's an interesting look there for Texas. They're kind of looking on the outside, looking in for sure. They need some miracle stuff to happen if they have any hope and chance of making that playoff. But Arch could have another year. Who knows? Coming back a second year, or coming back again to be a second-year starter could be very beneficial for them. Quickly for the Big Ten, there wasn't too much stuff. Ohio State and Indiana continue to dominate. I kind of wanted to bring this up a little bit. Other than probably Oregon, is there anybody in the Big Ten that's like even worth? I mean, I know USC's good. Michigan's 5-2, so I guess you can maybe consider. But they feel like that they're on a lower tier than those top 3. I mean, like I think Ohio State.
In terms of playoffs,
Yeah, I mean, obviously for playoffs, but then also just caliber of like how good your team is playing. Like Ohio
I
State.
think Washington's a little bit of a dark
Yeah,
horse
they
recently.
did
I
just beat
think that,
Illinois.
I think
That was a good
UW.
game
Yeah,
for them,
that was
but
that was a good one.
Yeah, they beat they lost to Michigan, but that's okay. But yeah, they had a great bounce back against Illinois. But yeah, the Big Ten's still really good. Ohio State, Indiana, I think that's what everybody's kind of waiting and looking for. Ohio State has to play Penn State next week, but it's not the same team, obviously. And they don't play anybody. They play literally nobody. They're going to go undefeated into this Big Ten. Actually, they played Michigan last week of the season. You know how that always goes. So they probably are going to end up losing a game to Michigan at the very end of the year. But they continue to win. Indiana, Mendoza looks awesome. If you don't want to put Pavia as the Heisman, I think Mendoza is the guy that's probably the favorite right now. I would think he's playing out of his mind there in Indiana. They've built something really special over there. There wasn't much more other than those. The only thing I have to talk about is Kansas. Yeah, that was totally – I knew that was coming. The team looked decent. K-State has looked really bad. But, of course, they have this streak over us now, which is now up to 17 games of beating us. And since their team isn't very good and they may not even make a bowl, why not beat up on Kansas as like our Super Bowl? So they came out, played on fire. Jalen Daniels looked like old Jalen Daniels from last year. There didn't look like much change. She started to look a little bit better throughout the first few weeks. But look at the rest of the schedule. They have Oklahoma State. They should be able to win. But they might not make a bowl. They're probably going to go 5-7 again this year. I don't see them winning any of the rest of their games. They play BYU. They play Iowa State. They play Utah. I mean, they play some toughs. I think the only one potentially I think they play is Houston. Let me double check on that fact real quick here. But it's not going well. It's, the hopefulness of it is like, oh, they played pretty decent, and then now they're playing like normal Kansas. So I don't know what I really expected out of this, but it is what it is. I know they play Oklahoma State next weekend. So that should be a nice little win. They play Oklahoma State. They play Arizona, which they're going to lose. Iowa State loss, and then Utah loss. So they're probably going to go 4. They're probably going to go 5-7 and not make a bowl. But looking forward to basketball season. We'll get into basketball here. My dark horse hunter. We've had each week of giving a team that I think is going to be really good, could be really scary. Maybe even if they make the playoff, or if they don't make the playoff, they're going to make a run to be really good. My Week 6 one started off at Cincinnati. They're currently 7-1, really looking really good in the Big 12, even though it's kind of BYU over there. But they're kind of making a sneaky run here. The only loss to Nebraska Week 1. My Week 7 was Georgia Tech. They're still 8-0 with a great win. BYU was my Week 8. They are 9-0. They're leading the Big 12. They have a few big games coming up here for them. But my Week 9 is going to be Diego and Vanderbilt in the SEC. Yes, they did lose to Alabama, but there are better teams out there that you would think. You still have Georgia, who's a great one of the top offenses in the nation. Alabama's playing really good. A&M's up there as well. But don't forget an Ole Miss, again, proving themselves this week, being really good. So Vandy's kind of like maybe not. They beat Mizzou here. That's a huge win. They got to win a few more. But that's my dark horse now. Maybe could sneak their way in as an 11 or 12 seed and maybe cause a little bit of havoc for one of those bigger seeds down the road, where we could see like an Arizona State style. It's obviously different teams because Arizona State was Scatterboo, but you could see something like that kind of transform where they become Diego makes his name in a real run to being the number 1 pick in the NFL draft. So we'll see what happens here next week for football, but next up is our college basketball talk. We are really close to the start of the season. There's been a few exposition games. We can talk a little bit about those. I'll give my rankings real quick so we can get that out of the way. Then we can talk a little bit of the preseason stuff and what we've seen. If you don't remember, we're doing a top 25. I've been doing them each week. If you want to catch up, you can go. I'm going to go through them right now just so you remember. So at 25, I've got Iowa. Number 24, NC State. 23, North Carolina. Tennessee, 22. Auburn at 21, Wisconsin at 20, 19, Alabama, Gonzaga at 18, Illinois at 17, UCLA at 16, Kansas at 15, the Ville or Louisville at 14, Iowa State 13, Arkansas 12, and then finally Arizona at 11. I've got my top 10. Duke, main man for Way Out West team, still in the running of maybe even being a top 5 team. They looked kind of impressive. The Boozer Twins, I knew was going to be good. And they didn't even have their whole lineup playing 100% yet, so they'll be scary. I know he's going to talk
20 and 20.
Yeah, they're going to be really, really good this year.
He's got a good touch. He got a good feel for the game. I think his athleticism is a little low, but his playmaking is really good, and he knows what he's doing.
He looked tall against Tennessee, but I didn't think he was that tall. Like, he almost looked like Lively against Tennessee.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
wasn't bad, but I mean, he did pretty decent, I should say. But like,
And I
yeah.
don't think you're gonna bring up Syracuse, but I do want to name drop. How do you say his first name? Kean Anthony.
Keon. Is it Keon Anthony?
Kyan.
Kian.
It's Kion.
Kyan for sure.
But shout out him too. He had a good game.
Yeah, he's going to be
Syracuse
really
won
good
a-
for Syracuse. Yeah, his old man playing there. It's
They
kinda
probably
cool to
won't
see
be as good as Duke this year, but I think those are two teams that can compete in the ACC.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, Duke,
There's only a few.
I'm so psyched, dude.
Yeah, it's getting close, man. We're getting
Dame
ripped out of the way.
Sar.
It's gonna be
And
great.
your
Dayton
fucking
Thomas.
guy.
Dayton
Peterson.
Thomas.
We'll get to Peterson.
Dayton Thomas.
Peterson looked great.
No, who's the kid on the Grizzlies? Memphis Grizzlies.
Oh,
From
Cedric
Washington State.
Howard.
He was supposed to be on Duke. Could
Yeah,
you
he was
imagine how
supposed to be on
fucking
Duke.
good that team would be if he was on
he had
Duke
like
right
20 points, dude. He's like block NBA vet. Dude, Gigi Jackson. Sorry, dog. Salute. Vince Williams can't stay healthy. Like, Jalen Wells is a little shooting slump. But yeah, it's crazy Cedric Howard, like, off the bat is like, this guy's our best shooter? What? Like, we traded, and everyone was like, I can't believe we traded Desmond Bain pick for him. Thank God. Thank God we did. Like, he's doing phenomenal. That's crazy. I can't believe, like, he was committed to Duke, and he's like, I guess I'll go to the NBA. Drops 20 points. Debut. Impressive.
Yep. So let's get to this 9 through 5. I'll do 4.
Oh,
or
one
9
more,
through
one more
6.
thing. Sorry. Arizona ranking 11. Explain outside the top 10.
I don't like necessarily. I like the team. I think it's going to be really good. They currently have them at. I think Pete and Burries will be really good. Jaden Bradley. I mean, I like their setup. I just think it's going to take them time to be really good. Not saying they couldn't be a national championship contender team, but these teams in the top 10, as I explained through, I think are just better than Arizona starting off this year with what they have as caliber players and how far, like in the very beginning, without knowing
Koa
anything.
Pete,
Yeah, Koa Pete's going to be
freshman.
really good.
Very
He's
good,
number 10,
yes.
and then Braden Burries. I think it's Burries. I think I gotta make sure I get his name right. He's number 12. So those are both freshmen that are gonna start. Jaden Bradley's back for them. They'll be really good. I think losing the big man Vasar is a huge hit. I know that there's a few guys who are gonna step in that role, but they're kind of hoping they step into that role. So not proven 100% yet.
Low
I
line,
think that
fair
they're
enough.
good. Tommy Lloyd's really good. They're gonna be a great team. They could be if they pick it all together and Koa Pete's as good as people think he's gonna be. They could be a real team to make a run again in the Big 12 and potentially in the tournament and get hot. But just for now, I think there's other teams that have better veterans on there that are gonna propel that team. So
Less unknown. Fair enough.
yeah. So the number 9 team I have is going to be the Kentucky Wildcats. Bottega Owe is back with those returners. They have really made a splash there. And then they just have a bunch of guys coming in. It just seems like a full team collaboration that's going to be great. Jaden Quinton, or I can't say anybody's name today. Quintins is from Arizona State. He's going to be really, really good. He averaged a bunch of points there by Diabude. Jiminy Christmas. And I can't say any of these names today, dude. It's just like not a great name for names. Kentucky, you're going to be a great basketball team because you've got like great veterans, and Owe being back is going to propel you as them being a really good team in a competitive SEC. So at number 10, I've got Kentucky. At number 9, I do have Texas Tech with JT Toppin. I think JT Toppin's going to be the best player in the Big 12 other than the name Darren Peterson. I think he is phenomenal to watch. He coming back.
You said UCLA, right? Already?
UCLA is.
Imagine being a New Mexico fan, man. You had JT
16,
Toppin and Jalen House
Yep.
on the same team.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but JT Toppin signing that huge deals like $4 million.
Or Donovan Deck, excuse me.
Yeah, and so they're gonna be really, really good in that Big 12. McCaslin's a really good coach out there. They have this kid from Santa Clara. That's Tyree Bryan is supposed to be really good. And Lawan Watt from Washington State is probably going to be one of their leading scorers alongside JT. I don't have him as high. I think in the real preseason rankings they have him as 11, so I'm a little bit higher. But I'm just really high on JT Toppin, just from the way he proved last year how good of a basketball player he is. He doesn't really seem like that big of an NBA prospect. He could probably find somewhere to play. But making this bag at Texas Tech and maybe leading this team to a national championship would be beneficial for him. But then also, like, now you can make so much money in college that, like, some of these guys are staying, and I think that's a real case for it. But I've got Texas Tech at 9, so Kentucky's at 10, Texas Tech is at 9. At number 8, I do have the Michigan Wolverines. They're going to be great again this year. They've got Elliot Cadeau from North Carolina as their starting point guard. Dusty May, obviously, as the coach, really been proving himself there, bringing Michigan back from the darnest of days under Juwan Howard. But they are back, and they're really good. Yaxel Lindenberg from UAB was one of the biggest guys that were supposed to make a jump. He landed
Potentially
Michigan.
lotto bound.
Yeah, he's supposed to be really, really good. Montez Johnson Jr. from Illinois, going to be some good role players. They're hoping it's Cadeau and then Ledborg from UAB.
They got a good front court for sure.
And then Roddy Gale Jr. is also needs to make a step for them, but they are going to really rely on Cadeau and Lindenborg to be able to run this and everybody around. So it looks like a very good system team, a Dusty May system team, very classic for him. So they're going to be a really talented team, just let alone with the talent they have on the floor. I think these connections are going to really work. So I have Michigan at number 8. At number 7, I do have the Duke Blue Devils. I think that they are very, very good, and they are going to continue to be really good. We talked a little bit off camera how they do kind of look a little young. I think you're going to see that young, those shakes a little bit. You kind of saw early with Cooper Flag. Obviously, it came to be where they were really, really good, and that was totally fine. But you're going to see in the beginning of the year they may kind of struggle against some of those teams. But I think eventually John Shire has proven that he is a very good coach, knows how to coach really talented players. So they're going to figure it out. Cameron Boozer is going to be a must-watch along with A.J. DeBonza, Darren Peterson, and the kid from Louisville. I can't quite remember his name off the top of my head. But they're going to be really good. Really good draft class coming in. But Sarr, I think, is going to be the X factor for the Duke Blue Devils. I think he is legit. He didn't really play. He's been kind of injured a little bit. But once he gets healthy and they can figure out how to keep the ball flowing, I honestly think Caden Boozer is going to be really important in this offense because he's going to be the one to give all these guys who need the basketball. He's going to be your guy that's going to be your facilitator, and you hope that his connection already with his twin brother will help in that aspect. He doesn't need to score you 15 points a game. He needs to have 9 assists and 8 points and play good defense. Like, that's what you need out of him. And if he can learn his role, and I think Shire will be really good with that because he's done a very good job already and he's proven that he could do that. This Duke basketball team could be a national championship. They are in my little mixture pool of people who I think teams that could win the national championship. I will reveal those coming up here next week, I think, before the season starts. But yeah, they're legit really good. Maybe for Way Out West, I know we talked a little bit off screen about it, but what are your thoughts of these Duke Blue Devils going in to the season?
Excited. I think they're good. And yeah, like you're saying, Shire's just got to do his job. And I think he can. I think he's kind of proved himself a little bit now. I think we're well beyond the Coach K. This is now Shire's team, and I'm excited to see how they do.
Yeah, for sure.
I do hope they lose to Kansas, so you guys like feel all high and mighty for a couple weeks.
Hey man, I'm just hoping for a great season. Honestly, I can't have any expectations because when you have expectations with Kansas basketball, they shit the bed. So like, there's no expectations. Darren Peterson, just go out and ball. Just go have a good time before you go to the NBA draft. I don't care. Score 30 points a game, please. That's what you want him to do. Is just be free with it. But we're not talking about KU. But I have Duke at 7, so they definitely are in that national championship contention. At my number 6, I have the UConn Huskies. In the current polls, they are number 4. Alex Caravan is coming back for Dan Hurley's squad. They were injured last year, so it was hard for them to get anything going. They did look good in the tournament until they barely lost to the national champions in the Florida Gators. But Alex Caravan back and Solo Ball are back as well. Those two played really well. And then they get Silas Jeremy Jr. from Georgia, who's really good. And then Braylon Mullins, number 17 in the ESPN 100 this year. They look really scary, really good. You know Dan Hurley's going to get that squad going. So we'll have to wait and see. But I have them at number 6. At number 5, I have a team that I've had high hopes on all year until I kind of like realized I was like, I don't want them this high. I think that these other teams are going to be much better. So at number 5, I've had them at number 2 all year. I am going to slide them down. Is St. John's. I think Patino's got a great squad out there. I think that they're just a little bit of question marks. I think that's how we had him last year. But Ian Jackson is going to be legit. I wish Howard was here because he'd hype Ian Jackson up. But he's going to be the leader there. And you got Ejiofor. Ejiofor is going to be a top center in the nation. They're going to really combat with UConn there for the top of the Big East. But watch out. This team could really surprise you. I might have them too low as well. But Ian Jackson, they're going to get good. Sellers from Stanford. And then Zuby Ejiofor. Also Bryce Hopkins from Providence, who tore his ACL, was out for a whole year. Now on a Rick Pitino team. This team could be scary good. You just don't know if the
St. John's ranked number
They're 5.
5. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah, so they look like how can you not believe in Pitino, especially after what they did last year.
If you get a bucket getter when they needed a bucket getter, when RJ Lewis was very inconsistent, I think Ian Jackson is the guy that you want for sure.
You got Ian Jackson, who's going to be your guy like he had last year. Then you've got guys hopefully that can hit in Bryce Hopkins, and you can kind of picture some of that old Bryce Hopkins that we knew from Providence. But I have them at number 5. So next week I'll do my top 1 through 4, but just a roll call right back through. You got Kentucky at 10, Texas Tech at 9, Michigan at 8, Duke at 7, UConn at 6, and then St. John's at 5. Top 4 released next week because basketball does start up next week. So it is not next week, the week after on Tuesday, which actually is a great game in Arizona and Florida, giving us a real good taste of college basketball right out the gate. It'll be awesome. But that'll be it for our college basketball. You guys want to talk with Little World Series? I know it's 1-1. I watched some of it. I saw that the Blue Jays had a were tearing rampant there in the first game, scoring 11 runs. Then the Dodgers kind of bared their teeth as the pitching staff posted up a 5-1 game, going to LA on Monday. What are your guys' thoughts? Who do you think is going to win the World Series?
I think both teams showed their presence in each of the 2 games. Pinch hit grand slam in the World Series by Addison Barger. Stayed the night at give me the name, P4 Schneider for the Blue Jays. He stayed the night at his place the night before the game and hit a grand slam.
Okay.
Pretty crazy, but yeah. So they made their presence. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, though, second game, very good performance, and completely different story in terms of pitching for sure. And it's gonna be exciting. Back.
Davis Schneider.
Yes, he stayed the night. Davis Schneider's place the night before.
Yeah, I want the Blue Jays to win.
Yeah, I want the Blue Jays to win too. I think too the Dodgers obviously look really good. Look the part. That pitching staff is incredible, especially when Shohei gets on the mound. Even if he's the number 4 guy, I mean having him at the 4 slot is pretty ridiculous. But the Blue Jays did show that they can hit, so we'll have to wait and see on that. It'll be interesting. We'll be able to talk about that, and then you guys will probably get in your free agent frenzy. I know that the Mets will be spending money, the Cardinals won't be spending money, and the Royals won't be spending money. So, we'll be able to hear and pretend like all these great fantasy things that we want to happen that might only happen for the main man from way out west. But we can always hope and pray. We'll get into that once the World Series is over. We did have, I guess we had a UFC fight. I mean, kind of not at the same time. We had fights, but it was kind of I don't know if it was a lackluster week, but it wasn't up to this
The card was good. The
Yeah.
card was good. It was just
It was up and down.
overshadowed.
They were really good and really down, for sure.
There's a few parts of each, but we are going to go over UFC 321 here. I'm going to share my screen so that P4 can go through this thing.
It was in Abu Dhabi, UAE. Early in the morning. Holy smokes. Start off with Mizuki Aiwu.
For you.
Taking down Jacqueline Armorim. It was unanimous decision. Congrats to her. We had Mitch Raposo beat Azat Maxim. And this went decision. I didn't place any bets this week, but I was thinking that this one wasn't going to go the distance. So it did go the distance.
Good point deduction. Good point deduction.
Yeah.
He cage grabbed and changed position, and the ref immediately deducted a point. Good job. Love the precedent set.
Right, yeah, and you got to follow the rules in this. Flyweight once
Cage
again,
grabbing's so annoying.
I know it's ridiculous. I don't know if you do plexiglass or something. How would that work? That'd be kind of cool. But it also
I think that could be
weird.
crazy. Like you could
Yeah.
smudge someone and just completely use it your advantage, like a weapon, more
Just
than a
put 'em in a
cage.
dome.
Right
Like
in
a
front of
small
face
glass
smash.
dome. Like someone like runs up it.
Like the sphere.
You've got Hamdi Abdul-Wahab taking down Chris Barnett. Chris Barnett, who's a fan favorite. It just goes to show. We'll talk about the heavyweight
This
division
fight
as
was
we go
not
up.
safe for work.
Oh
technically.
yeah, Chris Barnett lost his shorts for a quick second.
Couple
but
times.
Barnett, I mean, it's just it's goofy,
Player-
man. The heavyweight is so goofy.
Pants up.
Yeah. Nathaniel Wood got a win over Jose
And
Delgado.
Hamdi
Another
screamed.
unanimous decision.
It's my. That was a good.
Yeah,
That was a
yeah.
good fight. I don't know about that decision though. I thought Wood won the third round. Delgado was cooking, dude. Delgado was cooking. And they
UAE
gave
does
Wood
not
the
like
win.
Americans. Then we have the man of the card, I feel like, and he did get a performance tonight. Walter Walker. I mean, at what point? I mean, fuck. After the second one, the guy should have been like, "Hey, coach, this guy who I'm fighting, what's a heel hook?" And then by the time he gets to the fourth one, now it's
This is
okay.
This is
Louis
like that
Sutherland,
one
are you
little
just an idiot? Like, are you stupid? It doesn't make
little
any sense. It's-
prospect in every like fighting sport that just like they fight the tin cans, you know? Like their heavyweight is right now in a
How
bad
many
enough
guys
position where
are
like
there
there are
in
tin
the fucking
cans.
world?
And Walker
Right?
is
There's
just
not a
like
265
I'm gonna
pound
do
guy
the one of the
who knows
best
how to
things
defend a
that
heel
these
hook.
heavyweights can't do. And just goes for it and wins. He has the confidence. Like
Oh yeah, and that's it.
It's
I mean, Walter
ridiculous.
Walker. It's nothing against him. It's crazy
Oh, no.
that
Yeah,
no
yeah.
one can.
I agree with your point.
Yeah, defend that. What? And you
It's
see
just
how
all
many
these
heel hooks
bad-
have you seen in the UFC?
are we gonna see
I
Louis
see like
Sutherland?
a dozen a
win?
card. Everyone always tries it. A flyweight tries it. A welterweight tries it. Everyone tries it. No one ever gets it. He's like already set the record for most heel hook submissions in the UFC's history. Like it's insane. It's the goofiest fucking submission, and you keep on falling into it. But congrats to Walter Walker. It is funny and awesome that like it's Walter Walker of all people too. It's awesome. But
Speaking of funny,
see, yeah, Ludwig Klein and Medusa Rebecki. This was fight of the night. I
have we
guess.
ever seen a hand raised on a stool before?
Yeah, I mean,
That was crazy. That fight was fun. This fight was fun too.
Yeah,
But like
yeah.
the fact that he's like couldn't get up, he just everyone and he like walked over to the ref, walked over to the stool and raised his hand. I was like, what is?
No, what about Sugar? When Sugar won, when he broke his leg,
Oh
he was laying
yeah,
flat on his back when he won.
that is interesting.
Which is also crazy. Like, yeah, because that guy went down to grapple. Like, if he would have just stood up and made Sean stand up, he would have won the fight. But instead, he was like, let's grapple for 2 minutes. Whatever.
Yeah,
that
Rebecca won
was
the third
like-
round, but
6 years ago now. Rebecca, cool fighter. This was a cool little
Not
fight
bad.
that they put together.
he's bled so much. He looked
Oh, yeah, both
terrible
These guys.
in this fight, though. I mean, he
Um,
just didn't look impressive.
What's that?
Honestly,
That's all decisions up to Walter and decisions still. So now we have Ikram Aliskirov, surprise, a Russian won a decision. Jung Young Park, he is a fun middleweight fighter. I do like that he's on the roster, but I don't think he'll be there for long.
Crom's, like entrance music is just like E-Crop, 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 E-Crop. Because he won in Kansas City. But that's all it is. And it's like a little music behind it. It's just like E-Crop, E-Crop, E-Crop. It's like, okay, dude. We get your name.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like a chant. I don't know.
If you want politics, go on to MMA Guru's channel. But that part of the world has some interesting birth rates. This was absolutely insane. Quillian Salakid, who's a real fun fighter, Australian fighter, killed Nasrat Haqparast. It was one of the most insane knockouts I've seen in recent memory. I mean, he just absolutely toasted this dude. It was pretty fun watching this fight.
That
it
was
pretty
crazy.
early.
how
Yeah,
he
it was
set
in the
that
first
up, too.
round. Yeah, I mean, and this guy's really fun, man.
Nasrat didn't
155 's
even look
pretty
that
steady.
bad, but he just got set up.
I mean, how bad can you look in 2 minutes and 30 seconds after you spend 15 laying flat on your face? Yeah, he was dead. He was killed. Like, didn't they have to like move him out of the way like during the
I think so.
like they were like, hey, right, like rolled him over to the side as they're doing the fucking raising his hand.
There was like more than that.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, great KO win. We can't show it on here, but look it up. It's awesome. Azama Muzurkainov, power jab. Took
You
down
want to
Alexander
talk
Rakic.
about a jab? That like an MMA jab. That was sick, dude. He just melted Rakic, who was huge, with just this
yeah.
little guy with a jab. It's like, holy smokes, a little guy with a jab.
And this fight was near even. Rakic was the slight favorite, and
That's some serious
Rakic-
skill. That
yeah, they did have Rakic
Asama
by KO.
has.
But yeah, great fight here, and light
Reason
heavyweight's
he's
another fun division.
I respect him now.
Mhm.
Volkov.
Yeah, after his contender series win too. They got to give him somebody for real now, though. Volkov got the win over Jelton Almeida. This means Corey Sandhagen won the bantamweight championship. Jelton Almeida had more control time in a 3-round fight than Merab did in the 5 rounds he fought against Corey Sandhagen. Volkov was winning the striking battle. I think so was Sandhagen. But yeah, especially because he's Russian, you just have to chop it up to like UAE judges because Umar did basically the same thing. Not as and maybe we'll just kind of merge these two fights together. Not a single referee gave Mario Bautista the second round, and Mario Bautista had 2 knockdowns of Umar. So it's like, okay, what do you guys want from me, and I'll do that. You
Dude,
just
yeah.
have to add an
I'm so
OV
glad.
at the end of my name, and then you guys will give me the win. Mario Batistov, and I don't know. It's crazy because
I didn't think Mario Batista won. I think he did good, but it was 2-1 for sure. I didn't think it was 30-27.
Yeah, and like the round that and I don't
He
think,
won the second, I think,
Bautista
but that was it.
necessarily won, but it's crazy that like you watch almost the same fight, right? But it's like the Russian striker versus the Brazilian.
I think Umar looked a little
wrestler.
more physical, at least, which I kind of respect.
Oh,
It's
then
like
he
the Samba
does
way,
in general.
obviously, but yeah, he just didn't have him like grounded.
Yeah, and I don't know. Umar's an interesting case. I think this was a good fight.
I do
good
have a little more
level
respect
to
for
go against Mario
Batista. I think
Bautista.
after that Aldo fight, he's had
Batista's a baller, dude. 35 is tough. I mean, bantamweight's got a
I hated
bunch
the
of
way he
killers,
fought
man.
against Aldo. Other than that, he's not a bad
Yeah.
fighter. Really.
And he wasn't really scared going into this fight. He kind of got into it, but yeah, Volkov winning as a striker in a wrestling match, and then watching a wrestler win a wrestling match. Just funny that the UAE just gives it to Russians. Now we're moving on to the co-main event. This was for the vacated women's strawweight
Strawweight.
championship. So Verna Jandiroba, who's kind of carved herself out a nice little thing, and she was a meme Apex fighter for a long time, but she's shown that she can compete. But Mackenzie Dern, who got a $50K bonus for her weigh-in performance. If you watch those videos, you see like Tom Aspinall weigh-in video got like 3 million views, and the Mackenzie Dern weigh-in video got like 8.5 million. It's crazy. But
Internet.
Mackenzie Dern, congratulations to her. Another decision on this card. Did we have anything to talk about this card before we bring up the main event?
I think the undercard really held its own, and then it started off well.
A lot of
Kinda
decisions, though.
Kind of went a little downhill, and then we got to here.
I know. So, Austin Reeves put up 50. Tom Aspinall takes on
What?
Cyril Gahn. Aspinall shows his power, and I want to be careful what I say here. There is no first round to judge. It never went to the judge's scorecard. The fight was stopped before the first round was over. That's the longest we've ever seen Tom Aspinall fight, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Because his fight
It's
against
close.
Curtis Blades, yeah, first round. Second round, okay, he won in the first minute of a second round. But that is his second longest fight in his career. So it's tough to say. And Nick Howard sent a text that I thought was so funny, and I know that he didn't mean it this way, but he goes, "Aspinall looks tired," and I was like, "What? This is twice as long as his
100%.
last 3 fights combined." Like he just, yeah.
I mean, he was just
his
out there. He
first-
was just like
The first 30
going-
seconds,
I'm like,
he's a guy
what?
with and he did bleed.
2 minutes in.
He
his nose
landed
was
more
bleeding, and it's
significant
just-
strikes than
He was
Cyril
getting
Gahn.
jabbed. He was getting jabbed to death, though. He was getting
Not to
cooked.
death. Not to death. No. Stop using these
Okay,
words where
death,
it
sure.
puts.
Not death,
Yes,
sure.
Aspinall got a punch landed on him, and now we think the sky is falling. Like this guy is.
He was not getting.
It looked
Dude,
like a
this
fight.
was-
It looked like a fight. Yeah, it looked like a fight. And the fact that that kind of talks to like the, and maybe we saw the Paul Craig thing with Bo Nickel, but it's like RDR's now the greatest fighter of all time. Yeah, we didn't think Bo Nickel was like that good to begin with. Now he was getting these crazy odds from Vegas and stuff, but yeah, he fought a guy who was like
I agree. He was
decent,
getting some
then he
punches
looked-
on him. It wasn't like
no,
I was
Aspinall
was
did land more
interesting.
significant strikes.
Gahn, he
strikes.
didn't want to go down with Gahn, which was very interesting to me.
No,
and I
good
very
takedown
hope-
defense though. I mean, there was
this-
only
I
one
hope this
strike. There's
rematch
like
happens
nothing
soon.
to talk about in this fight because it
I mean,
was
A little
3 minutes,
bit.
4 minutes.
it was a little bit. It was like the first play. It
Yeah,
was like the first. You saw the
Aspinall-
formation before the
yes,
timeout.
yes, and that's
basically.
what I saw. Yeah. I
This
agree
is
with that.
pretty much what that's gonna
Aspinall
be.
came out guns ablazing for the first 45 seconds. He was moving good.
But he wasn't
doesn't
wanting to
look
take him
like-
down, which was very intriguing because Gahn
Yeah.
is very good on the ground.
Yeah, well, there you go, right there.
And
And he
that's
did lay
like-
it like Gahn's got a chin to a certain extent. Like he does have. A
Oh,
chin,
yeah.
so
He's not gonna get slumped. If he
Aspinall
gets slumped
hit
in a
him
second,
with some of the better shots.
I'll eat my words.
But yeah, we just got to see where this goes. So I'm not really gonna put. I do think Aspinall wins the rematch. I'm not sure when that's gonna be, whether it's December or January. Honestly, this kind of works out perfect for Dana because he was like looking for the next like main event. So he's like, oh, now this fight, like I just get to book this twice. Which I mean, I hate when Dana White comes out on top. I want a fighter to come out on top. That's why we're watching fighting, right? It's not so like the owners.
And Tom Aspinall's dad's like, he's not even gonna last long. He's going to boxing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which
I'm
is-
interested to see.
I don't
Tom
know about
Aspinall
that.
should release a video pretty soon. There was a clip of it that was on X earlier today of him, and he was
I think
like,
he's
in the
doing good where he's at
doctor.
right now. I think that's a conversation for it.
It was a bad eye poke. Let's get that out there.
Gloves.
I don't know.
Gloves.
Okay, so let's.
intent.
This is the week after Kevin
Sure.
Holland. Let's talk about the Kevin Holland.
I'm gonna
fight
leave all
in-
my
in-
bias to the side right here, for sure.
Let's
I
talk
wanna
about
talk-
Kevin Holland. Kevin
Sure.
Holland last week was inebriated. What's the word? Fouled to an extent where it affected his fighting, and he lost that fight because of that. Right? Like he could have lost the fight for any number of reasons, but that 100% played into him losing the fight. He was not at his best, and that happened, I think, in the first round, and he went all the way through third rounds, and even after the fight, said his balls still hurt. And did it hurt? Was that one not even as bad as the first one? Blah blah blah. There's a whole bunch of stuff you can say, but there is a reason there is rules in MMA, and if you can't continue, then it's absolutely within your right. That's why they have no contest baked into the thing. that it's within your right to not continue, right? You get the 5 minutes, and if it is a foul, then you're done. Now, if you can't continue because of a legal strike, it's called a knockout. But if you can't continue because of an illegal strike, there's numbers of ways that the commission can deal with it. They can give you a disqualification. They can give you this. Cyril Gahn did poke him in the eye, and I
No
hate this whole
intent.
like
No
intention.
intent.
Well, yeah, that's
No
the whole
intent.
question. Intentional, this, that.
He was framing him up. It was the way
Well,
he was fighting him. The
well, that's
entire
the thing
time.
is that then you shouldn't be framing people up that way. You have to have a closed fist.
Then
like-
get gloves. They do that in Risen. It works.
Okay, but
It's
we can't
literally
blame
the
Tom
gloves.
Aspinall for this. Like it's not Tom Aspinall's fight that
I'm
the
not
gloves
even
are
going to
at.
put that in here. Like I said, no
Right,
bias.
exactly.
No bias. There's a
Exactly.
lot more that goes into that,
But
and you know that. There's more that goes into it.
Exactly. So like
I'm going-
Tom Aspinall as a fighter,
The
and
gloves,
right,
I think, are more the problem that we need to talk about besides
did it? It
all that
wasn't-
stuff.
pull up the
100%.
pie chart of like percentage of fault, and it's like 2%.
A new change in
Aspinall,
gloves can't
17%
hurt.
Cyril.
There's leagues it works, and I think
Yeah,
that
Pride
is what we
figured
need
it
to
out
talk
in the
about.
fucking 80s. I mean, they've had these gloves that curl your fingers. And I sent the Jim Miller thing where Jim Miller said every eye poke is intentional, and then you have the DJ thing where DJ goes, "Yeah, I intentionally know how my hand, like that's how your hand." Or it's
Yeah,
not
it's
intentional.
framing.
It's how
It's
human
like
body
how
works or
you-
something.
if you
But
look
my
at Muay
human
Thai,
body,
yeah.
right? Let me get my little thing out. The human body. When I get punched, I kick the guy in the groin and shit my pants. Now you can't do that in the UFC, so I have to go against my human instinct. So yeah, I mean, is it the gloves' fault? Yeah, it's a whole bunch of people's fault. Does Cyril Gahn deserve the loss? Absolutely not. Does Tom Aspinall
Not a
deserve a win?
fine.
Absolutely not. But
I think
and I don't
overall
think they really
it
fine
ended
UFC
fairly.
fighters for that.
I don't think this was a BS result.
No, it didn't.
100%.
It didn't because the number one thing is the fans,
It's just
and this sucked.
yeah.
It was garbage. It was bullshit. So
Oh, 100%.
Dana
And
comes
that
out on
and that
top.
goes a little more into it, you know? Like
Yeah.
it yeah, I'll
There's
admit
a
it.
number of different ways that you want to attack this, and all of them are completely separate issues, right? If you want to go in the glove thing, then we got to leave Aspinall and Gahn out of it. It's not personal about them; it's a thing about the rules. It's the whole Alan Watts. If you hold a gun and I hold nothing, then you tell me what the rules are. If I have a knife and you have a knife, we can talk about laws and ethics. And if we hold nothing, all this, right? It's what angle are you attacking it at? And I'd like to see this fight again. That is exciting, right? It was almost like the best commercial that the UFC could have done. So whatever on this fight. The next two cards are absolutely dog shit awful. So
What?
don't worry
I
about
like
those.
Randy Brown.
Okay.
That second card's actually pretty good for an
This
Apex
starts out
card, I ain't
bad.
gonna lie.
This one
Main
sucks.
event's good. No, that main
Although-
event's good on that.
okay.
Second week, I do like the Apex card with Randy Brown.
I like
That has some
Randy
good
Brown.
fights.
Randy Brown had
There's a
really
good
crazy
co-main.
knockout Dolby. He's really
Gabriel
awesome.
Bonfim match now. Ricky Simone's on that card. Ishmael Bonfim. Christian Leroy
Nice.
Duncan. Myro Bueno Silva. That's so crazy. Like you could be in the
Yeah,
women's
dude.
division, you could be
She
one
was
fight away
super
from a
big.
title or one
Way
fight
number
away
one
from
contender, and she's in the Apex early prelims. It's like, whoa, what the hell are you doing here?
within two fights. Like, right? It's not like a Tony Ferguson. They were wheeling him out for
I
main
mean,
events.
she was on a
It's
bit
just
of a
like-
losing streak, but then they were just like, yeah, man, SOL. Like, whoa. She was just fighting for a title.
And I don't think we mentioned this last week. Patchy Mix has gotten worse since he joined the UFC. He was 20-1 when the UFC signed him. Now he's 19
His
and
conscience
4.
is shot.
Yeah, no, but like I'm saying that like even the fights that he's won in the past, he has now lost.
Oh,
for
yeah,
PED
I mean-
scandal. So he has got like his record went negative since joining the UFC. Not even like in percentage wise, yeah, also in percentage wise. But yeah, he's. So who knows? Like,
I hope they
oh
at
my
least
gosh.
keep Kita. Like, I think in that case, that you have nothing to lose keeping Kita when you're about to just probably make that guy go to the back to the PFL.
yeah.
Crazy.
Oh jeez.
That's good.
You know what? All this shit, man, and everything's good in the beginning, but once you get so far into it, everything gets so convoluted. You start making rules about the rules. It is pass interference, reviewable, and this and that, and then it just turns into this big cluster. And you're like, you know what? Like, just do your thing. That's all anyone can do at the end of the day.
On to the next week.
Yeah, do your absolute best every single second. And hey, here, this is one thing I've been throwing out to the football players. Um, dumb players make dumb plays. Smart players seldom make dumb plays. No one doesn't make a dumb play. But if you make a dumb play, can you realize that when you mess up, when you do this, when something doesn't go your way, let's say the referee doesn't call your way, something happens to think, what are you going to do next? So I know what Tom's going to do next. I know what Gon's going to do next. Now, all the stuff in between that we're like, oh, but if it's in Vegas now and it's not in the UAE, does that give someone an advantage or whatever? Like all these number of different things that you can do. Who knows? There's a bunch of ways to look at it.
Fight is fight.
Yeah, and just go ahead and do your best. So that's how I'll leave this off. Gosh, we've already hit an hour and a half. So yeah, that kind of does it for the UFC. Good luck, guys. Bet within your means, all that kind of good stuff. But yeah, we'll see what they do next.
Yeah, they got some Apex cards coming up, and then then I think
322 and Cutter.
That's Jack, right? Yeah, that'll be really good too. We'll get to that eventually, but yeah, that's gonna pretty much do it for Dude Sports. Let's go our last little whip around to the fellas to say their final thoughts of the current week. Let's start with the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Howard, sir. Being out there saving the Penguins and finding national treasures in the deep dark ocean. What are your final words to people?
Yeah, all my teams are down back. Grizzlies are fun to watch, at least. I kind of am a little bit on the Grizzlies train right now, but Liverpool's even falling apart. Good fight, boxing fight. If you want to go watch Joseph Parker versus Fabio Wardley heavyweight showdown. I know PC is not the biggest fan, but any boxing head with a percentage, go ahead do that. Other than that, LSU basketball looked a little balanced against a UCF team that's playing in the Big 12 this year and beat them in an exhibition game. A little excited for the first time under McMahon, which should be an interesting season under Dayton Thomas as our point guard. But other than that, yeah, there's not too much bright side for my sport teams. Titans are in the garbage. Yeah, LSU is going downhill, at least for the year. Nussmeier's pissed. I don't care. Nobody cares. But, yeah, it will be interesting to see how a lot of stuff ravels out through the rest of this year. And, honestly, in terms of boxing, UFC, and just the rest of the sports here should be fun.
Yeah, for sure. P4 Main Man from way out west. Can't believe that's like I don't ever make that mistake.
Main Man from way out west.
What are your final words to the people?
Thanks for watching. Like, donate, comment, and subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. And we'll see what happens next. I mean, all this we got a bunch of fun stuff going on. Oh my gosh, Tucker Kraft is stat padding now, man. I think the game's over. That's the replay of his. Yeah. So the Packers won by a lot. Yeah.
He's just flexing on him in the second quarter again.
Yeah, I know. Oh my gosh. But yeah, some cool stuff coming up. Go Duke, go Cuse, go Mets, go Jets. We'll see what the Mets do. There's going to be a trade. Do you think is Scooble getting traded this offseason? Yes or no?
Tigers are not in that dire situation. That would be, I think their old GM would make that move. Their new one, I think, is a little more level-headed. We will see, though. I mean, yeah. MLB can get crazy, so something's going to have to burn.
And then we'll go see. Blue Jays, I guess. Don't really like the Doyers.
Mad Max. Get the tile.
Sure. Oh, yeah. Good. But yeah, lots of good stuff coming up, and we wish you guys all the best. Hug your mom, hug your dad, hang out, do whatever. Go touch some grass. Go get outside. It is getting cold.
Happy Halloween. My gosh, I think it's early Halloween.
Oh yeah, Halloween's in a couple days. It's been raining like every day the last week, and I go, oh geez, this is what we're gonna have to deal with. Not right now. Obviously, I'm at the beautiful beach, but yeah, it's been pouring the last few days. So I'm like, oh, geez, this is what we're going to get for the next 4 months. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Good episode.
This has been the Dude Sports Podcast. We do go 9:30 your Central Time, and then 7:30 for you West Coasters way out there.